So, if you were an alien race, how would you take over the planet? What would you do? You know your technology is superior. You know your civilization is older. You know your minds are just that much more advanced. So, with all of the options out there, if you wanted to seize the world, how would you do it? Would you just use force and take the chance on us just destroying the planet before we let you have it? Because you know that's exactly what we'll do. Would you attack us at our most vulnerable point, which of course is electricity? I mean, obviously, a blackout or a loss of electricity would just cripple us literally in a day, but we would still recover. We would still move on, we would still adapt, and we would still learn to fight you. So now, it's ground warfare. We also know from the past that if things get out of hand, they are not above themselves flooding or destroying the earth, but their methods again are a little bit different. Whereas we would nuke everything, obviously their way was a little bit different, but the point is they do have that power to again destroy the planet in this manner. Would they do it? Would they even get themselves soiled with our blood? Would they even soil their hands with our blood, or would they just send their organic UFOs after us and just let them take out most of us and let them use up most of our arsenal on them, and then they come through with the second wave and finish us off? Would they even win at all? We know that there's infantry. There's been too many stories of wars going on Mars from soldiers and their experiences going there. So there's just too many stories and too many credible people cooperating and agreeing with these stories being told as well for it to be denied. So would they just risk coming and doing some ground warfare, just taking it that way? Maybe it's a lot more less destructive if they just sweep through with the grounds. Maybe they might think that we think that we'll have a chance if it's just infantry, but in reality we just don't stand a chance. Because either way it goes, I would imagine that they're trying to save the planet if they're going to take it over. Why else would you want it? So what is the safest and easiest way for them to come in and take it when they have so many options? What would they do? What do they want to do? Would they want to keep us as slaves, or would they just want to annihilate all humanity? Because I have a hard time believing that we would ever just accept the fact that we got taken over and just leave it at that. Like we're human beings. We're not just going to live in fear or as slaves ever. We're just not going to do that. There may be a time frame when we feel defeated, but we're just not going to lay down for the rest of our time. So what are they going to do, or what do they think is the best way to handle us? Is it fear? Just flat out fear tactics, and that's just how they keep us in line. They don't have to take over the planet. They don't have to risk war. They don't have to risk the planet being destroyed by us just nuking it, and they just impose fear tactics. Maybe every once in a while they just show force. They just let us know that no matter what we do, no matter what kind of arsenal we have, no matter what kind of weapons we produce, we will still always be 100,000 years behind their technology, no matter what. So maybe every once in a while they just decide to show a little bit of what it is that they have on the smallest of levels, just to humble us, to let us know that any sort of back talk or uprising will not be tolerated ever. It could be as simple as that. And because if you control the mind, then you control everything. I mean, that slave mentality, that's the mentality of, unfortunately, of like abused women or people in relationships. It's more a fear of the mind that has them staying versus, the physical aspect of it. So maybe this could be an option that they have, and they just want to show us their numbers, show us that, yes, we are here, and at any point in time, we can send one of our ships to destroy your entire city. But not only do we, just not have one ship, we have 100 ships, and we're going to show you all of them, and all of them can destroy your cities. We're going to show you that we are here watching you. We're just looking at you. We're just observing you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we're just going to just cover your entire city's worth of, your entire city's skies, and just let you know that we are here at all times, and at any moment, at the snap of a finger, you can be wiping off the map. Again, fear tactics go a long ways. That's that psychological warfare. And they, again, if they're millions of years old, let's say, some of these civilizations, I'm pretty sure they've mastered the art of fighting without fighting, right? So when you see things like this, you really get a perspective on how small you are and how inadvanced you are when you see things like this. And sometimes that's all it takes. This could be enough to scare anybody. Or maybe they just want to pick us off one by one. It could be as simple as that. What do they care? Like, I'm sure that they've mastered time in a different way than we have, I would imagine. So for them, they have all the time in the universe to do whatever it is that they want to do to us. So it could be, they could just pick us off a dozen at a time here and there and still be just as happy with us, just being taken out that way. It's an option as well. Or you can give technology to an enemy of the world, like they did in this pic, because these are Nazis in the background. So maybe you just give our technology, or give your technology, to an enemy of the entire planet and let them destroy the entire planet, and then you take them over when everything's said and done. Because that very well could have happened if Hitler wouldn't have went crazy and lost his way. Or maybe you just send your warriors, your individual soldiers down, and let them do whatever it is that they do, whether it's control a government official, whether it's fly over someone's house, whether it's whatever the case may be. Maybe you just put individual elite soldiers all over the globe and just let them do their spy thing like we do our spy thing. There's so many options for them. Just let me know what you think, as usual.